Okay guys, welcome back to video number 7, building powerful long-term private blog networks. So as always, let's start with the absolute basics. A private blog network is a set of websites created for the purpose of powering up your money sites with backlinks. So basically providing links to your website that actually makes money, aka the one you want to rank, aka the money site. If you were to draw a basic diagram, it would look something like this. The grey, barely visible boxes represent the PBN sites, the sites that form the private blog network, and the white box in the middle represents the site we'll be ranking, which I'm going to call the money site. Notice that the PBN sites are not linked together in any way. They're all completely independent sites. This is completely wrong here. Do not ever link your PBN sites together. It's very important that you don't do that, because if they're linked together, there's a footprint. Anyone, including Google, can see that the same person owns them all basically, and it's all going to get shut down and you're going to screw yourself over. Do not link them together in any way. They all need to look like they're completely unique websites owned by completely different people. That is the idea of a private blog network. They're completely unique sites to each other. That means that every website will have different whois information, a different hosting account, a different theme or design, different site plugins, different content, obviously, different content authors, and so on and so forth. You get the idea. But let's backtrack a little bit, because why do PBNs work so damn well? What makes them such powerful backlinks? Well, let's say you had a choice between two backlinks here. Website 1 is a brand new domain. It has no links, no trust flow, no citation flow, nothing. And by the way, if you don't know what those metrics are, what that means, go back and watch the previous video. Now we'll look at website number 2. Website number 2 has quite a bit of power behind it. It's got 129 referring domains, a trust flow of 28, and a citation flow of 27. Which one would you choose? Obviously, we want the link from the second site, right? But what if, rather than contacting them and trying to beg and plead for them to give us a link, like please give us a link, what if instead of that, we just built up an entire network of sites this strong? Well, that's exactly what a PBN is. Every single day, there are powerful domains dropping or going to auction, and you can pick them up for anywhere from $5 all the way up to $1,000 plus, depending how powerful you want them to be. Now, some of these are obviously very weak domains. Not every domain dropping or going to auction is powerful. Some are spammy, some are weak, but some are very powerful domains that would make great backlinks. So that's what we do. We go out there, we register, we buy as many of these domains as we possibly can, and we build that whole network of them, aka a private blog network. The whole network is built off of domains that already have authority. That is where the power comes from. And don't worry if you lack the budget to do this. Not everyone has a budget immediately to start out doing this. I'm going to share a strategy with you in the final video to really put some cash flow together to help you fund this. Or you can just go out there and rent links. You can rent links from other people's networks for as little as $8 per month. It's not exactly expensive. And just so I'm not leaving you hanging here, if you want to start buying some domains and building up your network, then here's a few places you can buy domains just like this to get you started. There's Snap Names, GoDaddy auctions. As much as I hate GoDaddy, their auctions are still a decent enough source of finding domains. Sometimes they get a bit expensive. And Namejet. That's free sources you can go check out now and start trying to find some domains and buy them for building your own network. Moving on. When it comes to setting up the sites themselves, most people make a huge mistake. They cheap out. They cheap out. They try to do everything on the cheap, put little effort into it, and in the end, they build out sites that look something like this. Thin sites with little content that are extremely obviously PBNs. Instead, you want to build out each website to look like a real website that you genuinely care about. That's the secret to building great PBNs in 2017. I'm talking about adding multiple pages of content, adding multiple blog posts, filling out the sidebar with ads, newsletter sign-up forms, and all sorts of other widgets, adding a custom logo, using hosting that real websites would use, not this $1, $2 crap or this SEO hosting crap. I'm talking about like HostGator, Bluehost, DreamHost, real hosts that people would genuinely use if they really cared about their website, and so on. You get the idea here. Basically, building up these sites to look like real sites because you want them to be so damn convincing that when another SEO looks at your site, they struggle to recognize that it's part of a PBN. That is the goal with this. And to do that, one part of that can come down to setting up different types of PBN sites. For example, most people set up their sites as blogs, hence the name Private Blog Network. But you can also make it look like a small business website, for example, where you have a local address and phone number on there, or a magazine website, or an online store, and so on. You get the idea. When you're buying good quality domains, it is worth putting this extra effort into them to make them look good, because it massively lowers the risk of using them and massively reduces that risk of Google or competitors or anyone finding them, reporting them, and whatnot. Put some extra effort into them. It's worth it because you are building an asset here. Another thing people usually ask me about is the site topics. Ideally, you would have an entire network of sites in relevant niches to your money site. So if you're trying to rank a plumber in London, then you have links from a site about plumbing or home improvement or London or all of them. They're all very relevant, niche relevant links. But obviously, it's very difficult to find a lot of domains just in these topics. Don't worry about it. Let's say you bought a domain and set up a blog about health and fitness. Well, how could you link from this health and fitness blog to your plumbing client? How could you do that while keeping it looking natural without making it look weird or like a PBN? Well, you could write a blog post about the health and fitness of the average plumber. And for someone working on that schedule and doing that type of work, what they could do to improve their health and fitness. Really simple. Make a post about plumbing, health and fitness, and that's a really simple way of making it relevant to both health and fitness and plumbing, which the client is obviously a plumber. You could even write a whole series on different types of jobs if you wanted to, and the health and fitness of those jobs on average, and make it seem really natural by having a whole series of these different posts, not just one randomly about plumbing. That's the sort of quality you want to put into your sites, and the way you need to think about being creative with these links, because you don't need a plumbing website to link to a plumbing client. You could have anything as long as you are creative enough. As for the link itself, it's extremely simple, guys. Use one single link anywhere in the article, preferably with optimized anchor text. Though obviously, whether or not it's optimized and what the anchor text is going to massively depend on the ratios, which we discussed in a previous video, and whether or not you used the anchor text before, like we covered in the previous video again. So you can use a second link sometimes, so having like two links in the article or on a page to your website, to your money site, but it's not really going to add any extra power or anything like that. So you can use it to mix it up so it's not always the same pattern every single time. But for the most case, you want to just use one single link, and it's really that simple. Just add a link anywhere on the page, on the homepage that is, because you want the links to be on the homepage, because that's where the most of the power is on most domains. And then link them up from the homepage and send it to your site. If it's a blog, you do that by having full posts, so showing the full blog post on the homepage, therefore the link is on the homepage. It's really that simple, it's not that complex. Anyway, that's about all we have time for in this video. I could talk all day about PBNs. It's my very favorite strategy for backlinking because it just provides so much power. It's the only thing I use for providing power to my money sites, and it's just a really neat strategy that completely changed my life. Basically, is how I got into SEO, which is saying a lot about ranking strategy, but it's really like how I learned SEO and really became pretty decent at it very quickly. Remember, guys, the best part of this is once you've done all of this, once you put in all the effort, you have an asset. You have a network that you can use to rank your sites on demand. And obviously, you can repeat it as many times as you like to predictably rank for any keyword within your budget. That's the power of a PBN, a private blog network, and why I highly recommend everyone using them today because they work so damn well, and I believe they're going to continue working so damn well for the years coming. So get your PBN set up, invest in it, it is worth it, it is an asset. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.